Okay, let's watch some of these, I guess.
This frog deliberately breaks its own bones.
This guy's voice.
Why? Well, you see, this is a hairy frog found on the west coast of Africa, and the reason it hits a brutality on itself, ironically enough, is self-defense. You see, these guys are small, coming in at an incredibly respectable 3 to 5 inches, and tipping the scales at only
Does it have hair on its legs?
50 grams, which is a problem, because they also inhabit the ecological equivalent of a fucking FromSoft game.
Crikey.
Africa is one of the only places in the world that gives Australia a run for its money, with Mr. Frog here having to avoid birds, snakes, and rats on his walk to work. Now, in order to avoid this scenario, most frogs either run a high-level stealth build or dress up like a fucking highlighter and cover themselves in everyone's favourite liquid. But the hairy frog has read
Oh, that's why it has hair on its legs.
Because this thing actually has another name. The fucking Wolverine frog. Because these little guys have claws, but not traditional claws like a cat's, which are made of keratin and freely extend and retract without an issue. No, instead, the finger bones on a hairy frog's hind legs are held in place by a small bone at the tip of their fingers. And when threatened, they snap the longer bone off the tip and through their fucking skin. And then, new weapon acquired, they employ the London
okay, that explains the name.
Strategy. This frog deliberately... This is one of the oldest creatures on the planet.
Pokemon.
We got a boomer! Introducing the horseshoe crab. Found under the sea in the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans. And when I said old, I didn't mean individually. These little guys disconnect from the server at around age 40. And as far as their actual lives go, they're kind of boring. They're bottom feeders with zero offensive capability, and the only reason they have a tail is that without it, they would die if you flipped them onto their backs. No, when I say old, I mean as a species, because these things are walking fossils that have been running the exact same basic-ass build, completely unchanged, for millions of years. How many millions? Well, here is a list of events that this little guy's family tree has lived through. The fall of Rome. The evolution of humankind.
Go back, I want to be monkey!
The Ice Age. God tossing a rock at the big-ass lizards.
Lizard.
Oh no.
This little fucker watched the first fish crawl onto land and was underwater when the first tree spawned. But I think the best way I can put this into perspective is that not unlike the way the Earth orbits the sun orbits the Milky Way. Now, this process takes around 225 million years to complete. The horseshoe crab has done it twice! This plant explodes.
I seen that plant before.
But why? Well, you see, this is a...
Doesn't it, like, shoot seeds or something?
Cucumber. Stop giggling. I see you laughing. Stop it. This is serious. These things are found worldwide, and to understand where this thing got its name, you need to understand how most plants spread their seeds. You see, most of the time, plants store their seeds in their fruit. Birds then swoop down, grab their food at the drive-thru, eat it, and fuck off. They then digest the flesh of the fruit, but shit out the seeds. Seeds hit the ground, get fertilised, and the cycle begins anew. But Squirter is poisonous. Every single part of the plant is toxic, so if Tweety here eats it, he's going to become a KFC family bucket. So if that's the case, how does it spread its seed? Well, same way you do. You see, the cuke stores its seeds in the fruits as well, but the fruits are made up of very soft cells, and as they grow, they slowly fill with moisture. This moisture causes them to swell
freaky
and
old
inflate.
plant.
increasing pressure on the inside of the fruit. That pressure builds. The fruit stretches until finally all that pressure is too much for the stem to bear, and it pops out like the pin in a grenade. With that opening, all those seeds and all that pressure finally has somewhere to go. So, in order to spread its seed far and wide, it busts.
Bro.
This plant
Jesus Christ.
explodes. Spiders are scary, but hey, at least they can't get
Spiders?
you, right? Yeah, that nightmare is a fishing spider. Native to the land down under, because of course it fucking is. You may be wondering why the fuck this thing is pulling a Jesus. Well, you see, fishing spiders have no webs, which means they can't just wait for a fly to clothesline itself when they're hungry. No, when they want to feed, they gotta hop in the ute, drive down to the waterfront, and get ready to do some serious fishing. Now, last I checked, spiders can't just go down to BCF and buy a fishing rod. No, these little guys need to get hands-on. Or, should I say feet? Because they start their hunt by resting their forelegs on the water's surface. These legs are covered in incredibly sensitive hairs, which detect tiny little ripples and vibrations from the water, basically giving them their prey's fucking IP address. Not only finding their location, but also doxing what fucking species it is. Uncooked fish finger located. All that's left to do is, you know, go out and grab him. But, how? Well, no, he's not wearing 4 pairs of Frostwalker boots. Those long legs are also coated in hydrophobic hair. This allows them to put their weight on the water without breaking the surface tension. This means that when they see their prey, they can simply Jesus towards it at Mach 5 and fucking grab it. Biting it with venomous fangs that inject, you guessed it,
Say the line, Bart.
neurotoxin. And once it's paralyzed, they drag it back to the shore and have a feed.
Oh my god,
This
man.
one's too small, we gotta throw him back.
Be free.
Spiders.
I mean,
scary.
to be fair, all they have to do is just swim deep enough and then the spider can grab them, right? But fish are kind of stupid, so they wouldn't even think of that. They just see something moving at the surface and like, oh, it's food. And then get killed.
This is the world's deadliest tree.
A tree?
Introducing the manchineal tree, found in the United States of America and the Caribbean, and you may be wondering, what makes it so deadly? And the answer is that when growing this thing, God used the same design philosophy that Miyazaki uses when he puts a swamp in a FromSoft game. Because even thinking about the fucking thing will poison you.
Leave me alone!
The entire tree, from root to stem, contains more toxicity than a league lobby, and that starts with the sap. This thick, sticky,
Bro,
white substance
stop
is
with the
not only
moaning.
found inside the tree, but thinly coats the entire thing, not unlike the sock under your bed.
Nah, man.
Because it contains 3
That's nasty.
separate toxins that will seep into your system if you so much as fucking brush the thing, causing severe itching, swelling, and chemical burns.
I think it's just because of allergies.
Getting toxic shock from just touching the thing isn't enough for you? Well, you'll be happy to know that eating the fruit on it can just kill you. Yeah, what the sap does to your skin, the fruit essentially does to your throat and internal organs.
God damn.
Just a few bites of Satan's apple here will cause you to start choking before you experience the worst stomach pain of your entire life, collapse to the ground, puke your guts up, and then start shitting them out. But the fucked up part is even if you don't eat the fruit or touch the tree, it can still poison you. How? Well, let's say you're walking outside and suddenly it starts pissing down with rain. Thinking quickly, you run for cover under the branches of a tree. A manchineal tree. The rain hits the leaves and the branches of the tree, mixes with the toxic sap, and then falls directly onto your fucking head.
Oh, nah.
This is the
Bro,
world's
what's the
dead-
point of this tree's existence then? What does it do? Except kill things, like kill humans, I don't know.
This tree
Oh, no,
grows
another one.
grenades.
Okay, a grenade
See,
tree.
This is sandbox tree, native to South America, and before we even address the frag grenades growing in the branches, we are going to start at the bottom of the tree, because I feel it's important that you understand that this tree was designed from the roots up by God himself to fucking hurt you. Growing up to a
Ow.
staggering 60 meters in height. The first phase of the fucking boss fight that is this tree is
Pointy
the
ass
giant,
tree.
inch-long, rock-solid
Oh.
combat knives covering the thing from top to bottom. Now, if Groot's cousin being armed like the average British resident was not enough to stop you from getting too close, touching the tree will immediately make you realise it is not ribbed for your pleasure. It's for your fucking poison. Yep, as if the spikes weren't enough, the sap of the sandbox tree is very fucking toxic, causing severe itching and rashes on contact, and if you some fucking how get it into your eye, it will temporarily blind you.
No, well,
That
GG.
all pales in comparison to what you came here for. The reason, the other name for this thing, is the fucking dynamite tree. The fruit. You see, these fruits aren't meant to be eaten. In fact, they're poisonous. Put it in your mouth.
Of course they
cramp
are.
Up, vomit, and shit yourself. No, they are made to spread the seeds of the sandbox tree in the most American way humanly possible. Explosions. The fruits are basically seed-filled time bombs. As once mature, they begin to dry out. As they dry, they shrink.
No, not that scene.
Slowly begin bending against their stems. The tension gets too high, snaps the fibers, holding it against the stem, and the whole thing explodes like a fucking frag grenade, sending seeds flying up to 240 kilometers an hour. This
Damn.
tree
Bro, like, these are just trees. What what are they doing? Why can they do that? We got like a completely toxic tree and a grenade tree. GG's.
This turtle breathes through its butt.
Oh, okay.
No, this is not a joke. This is a Fitzroy River turtle, native to the land down under, and as with most of the shit found in God's drafts folder, its existence begs a single question. Fucking why? Well, these little guys are freshwater bottom
I mean,
feeders.
they look cool.
Snatching and consuming the children of aquatic insects and munching down on the occasional ribbonweed salad. And as with most river turtle species, this requires them to spend most of their time in the water. Now, rather than doing what most turtles do and developing an insane lung capacity, the Fitzroy decided to evolve a set of gills alongside their lungs to allow them to stay underwater for 3 weeks at a time.
Hello, how are you?
3 weeks later.
Hey, man, what the?
Water.
However, when placing the gills, God was absolutely
No way.
fucking plastered. And
No way the gills are on its butthole. No way he's about to say that.
instead of placing them on the neck like a normal animal, he slipped on a beer can and not only placed them on its ass, but
Oh,
inside of
okay.
it. And
Oh my
you know
god.
what makes this even worse? Turtles do not have a single purpose hole like you or me. They have a cloaca, which is the fucking Swiss Army knife of
Oh,
holes. This means that
Jesus.
Fitzroy River turtles shit, piss, breathe, and fucking mate out of the same hole.
they breathe out of that hole too?
This turtle
Oh no.
breathes
Bruh, that's crazy. What? Imagine it has taste buds on his asshole. I do not want to be that turtle, man.
Australia has dancing spiders. Allow me to introduce you to the land down under's most fabulous arachnid, the peacock spider. Now, this 8-legged pride flag is
Damn.
not remotely
Bro,
dangerous
the
to
spider has aura.
Full venom, tiny fangs, and as far as size goes, they're the spider equivalent of a fucking gnome. What makes these little guys interesting is their love lives. You see, not unlike normal peacocks, it's only the males of the species that are running the RGB gamer lights. But why are they built like a Razer laptop? Well, because spiders can't just post up with a dead fly on Tinder and start swiping. No, the boys here have to attract a lady the old-fashioned way. Shake an ass. You see, in order to find a mate, peacock spiders head out to the club and find a lady across the dance floor. They then lock eyes with her, and as the song changes, they raise that coloured dump truck to the sky, start playing Dance
This is how I
Dance
attract mates, by the way.
Now, as he dances, the female spider watches very closely, not only paying attention to the movements of the dance, but also the fucking vibrations. And if our protagonist here can nail Osu Valentine's Edition just right, the female spider will slowly approach, lean in for a kiss, and...
Ayo.
But, here's the thing. If he fucks up the dance,
The
he fails
thing,
the charisma
bruh.
check. And if he fucks the charisma check, he's no longer boyfriend material. He's a fucking Happy Meal. Australia
Oh my god, man. Okay, one more.
Australia just found a new insect.
Oh no, it has wings.
And in a certified Australia moment, it is unironically called the fucking Lucifer bee. Because of course,
GG.
of course we have the Satan bee. The snakes and the spiders and the fucking dinosaurs weren't enough. No. Now I gotta dodge a rejected doom enemy on my walk to Earth. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia, these bad boys were named after the
I mean,
Lord
no
of
one
Hell
lives
for
there,
two
right?
reasons. The first of which being the giant fucking demon horns bolted to their heads. Now, those horns aren't just there to look scary. They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators. However, only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females, meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Karlak bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only reason they're named after the devil, right? I mean, there's gotta be fucking something else. Like, do they spit fire? Maybe they've got a pitchfork for a stinger that injects you with fucking acid venom. The answer to that is, no. It's a normal fucking honeybee. The
What?
actual reason is that lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was watching the fucking Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even
Lucifer.
the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. Fucking based. Australia.
That's crazy. So it's harmless? Why you fuckers have half of the deadliest shit? I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy in Australia. Like, the amount of, like, shit they have. Like, even the tree. But the tree, like, was also in, like, Africa. Like, a fucking grenade tree and a deadly tree that's, like, has deadly venomous sap and fruit that makes you, like, that kills you if you eat it. Bro, like... What is Mother Nature on sometimes? Like, what is this? Why is this needed?